Hello and welcome everyone to another StarCraft 2 England cast. Today I have got a game between Evil Genius's EGIdrA, who is the blue Zerg player in the lower left, and he is playing against ROOTPUck. So Puck is the red Protoss in the top right. The map is Cloud Kingdom. It's a ladder game. There's no supply depot here. It is a ZvP. And what can we expect? Well, EGIdrA, he'll probably go for a 14 or 15 pull into a relative quick expansion and then a super quick third. That's assuming the Puck goes for a fast expansion, so that will be told if the pylon goes down on the low ground, which it looks like it's going to. And I mean, depending on where it comes down, it says a lot. It's going to fall though, so that says that, well, I'm going to be fast expanding. Now it's just a choice of whether it's going to be a Nexus first or whether it's going to be a Forge first. So EGIdrA now 14-15 pull, quick natural, super quick third. The third being about 4 to 5 minutes is the correct response to this. Alternatively, we may see EGIdrA, being EGIdrA, go for something completely different and then swear it up when he loses. But we can hope. Puck's a good player. So what are we going to see? Well, so far EGIdrA up to 14 drones. Nothing really happening on either side. So use this point to ask anyone who's watching, I'd love some feedback on some of my casts. I leave all the health bars up all the time, like you do when you're playing, or you should do when you're playing. And I want to know if people prefer that, or prefer health bars only up on selected units. So do let me know. That's the big question I really want to know the answer to. So leave me comments below. Also, if you like the video, give it a thumbs up. That would be awesome. And lastly, if you like my cast, subscribe, because hell, there's new awesome games up every single day. Quite often I put up quite a few games every single day because I'm getting slightly addicted to casting. So that'd be awesome. Also follow me on Twitter, which is down here. So by the fact that Puck's saving up quite a few minerals, I'm expecting to see a Nexus first, and that is exactly what we're going to see. And that in itself is quite a good tell. It's getting more and more common getting this Nexus first, especially on maps with the longer rush distance, because it's not too hard to defend it. And I mean, it just means that the Zerg players have basically got too good at keeping an eye on this probe and preventing any kind of cannoning or anything there, so you don't really need that forge super quickly, and nearly every decent Zerg will go for a super fast third. EGIdrA actually doing his third base before his natural because of this pylon block and the probe being irritating. There are 4 Zerglings on their way out though, and the probe is cancelled, so the pylon is cancelled, and that's all very, very normal. We've got pylon gateway forge, very, very straightforward. The first gas on its way out now for Puck. If things were any more normal, it would just be a Sunday afternoon and these two guys would just be sitting in hammocks, chilling, sipping on cold beer, very, very relaxed. Unless of course they live in England, like I do, where it's not sunny and we don't have hammocks. It's sad. I'm sure some people do, but it's never sunny. Anyway, so we've got cannon coming down now, so Puck is going to be completely safe. No problems at all. We've got, well, EGIdrA still just droning, which is to be expected. He's doing a big drone transfer down to his third. Hasn't actually started his third base though, or which would be in his natural position, which I am surprised at because we're already at 4 minutes 40. And generally, as a Zerg player, you want to hit that at about 4 to 5 minutes, 4 minutes 20 being absolutely optimal. And as you can see, EGIdrA, he's still just droning up, which is really, really surprising, especially now we're over the 5-minute mark. Only just moving down to take his hatchery at, well, 5 minutes 10, about 5 minutes 15, so nearly a minute later than what's to be expected, and that could have a knock-on effect actually. And to be fair, all EGIdrA got in change of that was more drones, but it's still going to be behind Puck because obviously that Nexus first build with the Connor boosts on the Nexus just mean the Protoss player can really stay ahead in probe production until this third base is down, which is why Zerg players get it so soon. EGIdrA, great Zergling position, they want to know exactly what's happening. Got an Overlord coming up the back just to get a scout off in the main. This Overlord on the high ground here, exactly where it should be. We'll see that gas coming down, that's a big tell. 1 gas at each base though, that's a nice little trick, but EGIdrA should go in to go and check that that is there or isn't there. The third queen is there, dedicated to spreading the creep. Always a good move. I love having a dedicated creep spread queen. I think it is very, very effective. It makes you a lot safer in the early and mid game. And coming late game gives you just so much vision and knowledge. It's just fantastic. I mean, if you get a queen early just to spread creep, or even 2, you can completely cover half of the map by 12 minutes, which I can't emphasize how effective I think that is and how useful it is. But still, some pros favour doing things like that, others don't. You will still see, though, Puck only just falling behind in terms of drone worker count now as this third base comes out for EGIdrA. EGIdrA is getting up a third gas, well, all three of his gas at the same time. He isn't actually droning, but third base is coming out for Puck at the moment, and if EGIdrA doesn't deal with that, or more importantly these stalkers, he could be in for a bit of problems. And 3 stalkers should never die to slow Zerglings, but it looks like some are going to get surrounded, and that could be a big problem. You do not want that happening. Basically, as a Protoss player, you should never lose any stalkers to slow Zerglings, because stalkers are faster. 2 more gateways are on their way down, and it actually looks like Puck is going to try and wall this off, which would be interesting. And it'll just make his defense easier. It means he only really has to worry about this third base. And EGIdrA, well, he's getting up his Roach Roar now, getting his Lair, getting the Evo. Roach and Evo Chamber, get them together. Roaches make you safe from any Protoss ground push. The Evo Chamber safe from DTs and also air pushes. So do keep an eye out on getting those together, any Zerg players out there. Puck, meanwhile, his warp gate tech's just finished. He's adding more gateways everywhere. He's making nice big walls with his good SimCity, which I think is really great. Getting the +1 Protoss ground weapons, which is actually a bit late. Usually you see quite a few Protoss players get that very, very early on, getting that Twilight Council and the robotics facility. And what is the total warp gate count now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 gates. 7 gates off 3 bases, very, very normal. We've got the well, EGIdrA, he's droning up nicely, up to 60 drones. He'll get somewhere between 70 and 80, I would imagine. He'll get all 6 of his gas up. His teching is starting to get more extreme. He's getting that +1 carapace first. That second Evo Chamber means double upgrades. He's got the hatchery. There comes down the Baning Nest. So the big tell is what comes out of the second Evo. Is it going to be missile attack or melee attack? I expect melee attack. Especially now that Baning Nest is down as well. We could see some Baning Rain. And wow, this is a very, very effective all up here from Puck. He does not want any Zergling 1-bys into his third. That is a big no-no for him right now. More warp gates, of course, coming in just means he's going to have such sick production. He's got that warp prism. These Zerglings are on their way up, but I don't actually think there's anywhere at all those Zerglings can get in. EGIdrA taking his 4th base. He knows exactly what's coming down, I do believe. That warp prism is out, and now we could see some absolutely massive drops. And of course, actually there was apparently there was a small gap there, which I could not see from where I was, but so do forgive me for that. But EGIdrA, what is he going to be doing? Well, he's getting the 1-1 melee upgrades at the moment. He's getting that Ventricle Sacs. He's getting up the Overlord speed upgrade. So we're going to see Bane Rain out of EGIdrA here. And well, Puck, has he got enough to deal with that? He's got a lot of sentries. Of course, Bane Rain bypasses force fields perfectly. And EGIdrA, he's really just got to survive this push. This is the push that's going to cause him problems. This 4th base has got cancelled. EGIdrA does not even want to risk it. And he cancelled that because he got the good creep spread. So again, just linking back to what I said earlier, creep spread early equals good. And now suddenly EGIdrA is on the ropes, really. I mean, he has not got anywhere near enough stuff to deal with this. And Puck, he could just straight away come and win here. There is a Zergling counter-attack though coming up to the 3rd. That's going to do an awful lot of damage. But to be honest, EGIdRA's about to lose his 3rd base. There's nothing he can do about that. He's got a lot of Banelings morphing in. Ventral Sacs rather not done. And Pathogen Glands not done. There's a long list of things that EGIdRA hasn't finished yet that would really, really help him deal with this. And I mean, those Overlords, they're getting picked off. Some good force fields coming down here. The Zergling counterattack has been cleaned up by just a couple of Zealots. More warpins coming in. Great use of this warp prism for getting those warpins. Some Zerglings are streaming forward, but here comes the Overlords all filled up, and over they come. The Banelings are dropping down on top of this, and they all do manage to detonate, but they don't actually manage to kill very much, and EGIdRA just leaves. So that was a very, very quick game, only 12 minutes. I hope you did enjoy it. Please thumbs up the video if you did, that'd be super helpful for me. Please subscribe if you like my cast, new games up daily from top players, big tournaments, everything like that. Follow me on Twitter, that'd be awesome as well. But most importantly, I hope you enjoyed, and thank you very much for watching. Bye for now.